He said this story held an answer I desperately needed. He asked me to stay until the very end, because the lesson inside, it could change the way I walked through the rest of my life. The story was about a young man named Elian. Elian lived in a small, quiet village surrounded by high mountains. He was known as the kindest boy in the village. He never said no to anyone. If a neighbor needed help fixing a wooden roof, Elian was there. If a child lost a toy in the tall grass, Elian spent hours searching for it. If someone asked for help, Elian was always the first person to step forward. He loved the feeling of people smiling at him. He believed that if he made everyone else happy, he would finally be happy too. One morning, Elian decided it was time to leave the village and explore the great world. Before he left, his father gave him a large, beautiful woven basket. It was made of strong, light wood. "Elian," his father said softly, "this basket is for your long journey. The world is full of wonderful things. As you travel, you will find beautiful treasures, sweet fruits, and useful tools. Fill this basket with the things that matter most to you. Make your life rich and full." Elian hugged his father tightly. He placed the empty basket on his back. It felt incredibly light. He felt completely free. He started walking down the dirt road, excited to find the beautiful treasures of the world. After walking for a few hours, Elian met a farmer. The farmer was pulling a wooden cart full of heavy, dirty stones. The farmer looked tired and very angry. He saw Elian walking with his large, empty basket. "Boy," the farmer called out in a rough voice, "my cart is broken. These stones are too heavy for me. Put some of them in your basket and carry them to the next town for me." Elian looked at the dirty stones. He did not want them in his beautiful basket. He wanted to leave empty space for sweet fruits and shiny treasures. But he looked at the farmer's angry face. Elian hated making people angry. He wanted the farmer to like him. He wanted to be seen as a good person. "Of course, sir," Elian said with a polite smile. He allowed the farmer to load heavy, dirty stones into his new basket. The farmer smiled and patted Elian on the shoulder. "You are a good boy," the farmer said. "I will tell everyone how helpful you are." Hearing those words made Elian feel warm inside. A praise felt incredibly good. He continued walking down the road. The basket was much heavier now, and the rough stones hurt his back with every single step he took, but he ignored the pain. He believed he was doing the right thing. He believed that this was exactly how a person earned love in the world. Later that afternoon, Elian arrived at the next town. He tried to find the farmer, but the farmer was nowhere to be seen. Elian did not know what to do with the heavy stones. He was afraid to throw them away, thinking the farmer might return and be very angry with him. So he kept them inside. While he rested by a wall, Elian met a merchant with a large pile of broken, rusted metal tools. "Young man," the merchant said in a loud, demanding voice, "carry these broken tools to the next town for me." Elian's shoulders were already hurting terribly. He wanted to say no. He opened his mouth to refuse. But the merchant gave him a hard, expecting look. Elian felt a strong wave of fear in his stomach. What if the merchant shouted at him in front of everyone? What if people thought he was a bad, selfish person? "Yes, sir," Elian whispered softly. The merchant dropped the sharp, heavy metal pieces into the basket. The cold metal cut deeply into the beautiful woven wood, breaking some of the pieces. The merchant walked away without even saying thank you. Every single step became a terrible physical struggle for Elian. He left the town and walked into a quiet forest. His feet were bleeding inside his shoes. He saw a green bush full of beautiful, sweet red berries. He was very hungry and extremely thirsty. He reached out his hand to pick them, wanting to put them in his basket for later. But there was absolutely no room. The basket was completely full of dirty stones and broken metal. Even worse, the heavy items would completely crush the soft berries Dot with a very heavy heart. Alian ate only 2 berries and walked away. He had no space for the good things in life because he was carrying the heavy burdens of complete strangers. The next day, he met a crying woman sitting by the dirt road. She begged Alian to carry her heavy bag of wet clay. She told him a long, sad story about her difficult life. Alian felt incredibly tired, but he also felt deeply guilty. How could he possibly say no to a crying woman? He took the wet clay. It pressed down hard on the sharp metal, leaking through the sides and completely ruining his beautiful wooden basket. "You are a true angel," she said, wiping her tears. Alian smiled weakly, telling himself over and over again that her happiness was worth his terrible pain. For many long weeks, Alian walked like this. He never found any beautiful treasures. He never kept anything good for himself. He just carried the dirty stones, the broken metal, and the wet clay. His body grew very thin and weak. His face lost its bright, happy color. He looked like a sick old man, even though he was still a young boy. Finally, he reached a wide, deep, and fast river. On the other side of the river was the Valley of Peace, the beautiful place he had always dreamed of visiting since he was a child. There was a small wooden boat resting by the water, and an old ferryman standing next to it, holding a long stick. "I need to cross," Alian said. His voice was tired and quiet. The ferryman looked at Alian, and then looked at the huge, ugly, leaking basket on his bleeding back. "You can enter my boat," the ferryman said. "But the boat is very small and very old. It can only carry you. You must leave that heavy basket behind. If you bring it, the boat will sink, and you will drown in the cold water." Alian panicked. "I cannot leave it," he cried. "These things belong to other people. The farmer's stones, the merchant's metal, the woman's clay. If I leave them, I will disappoint them. They will be so angry with me." The ferryman looked at him with deep, quiet eyes. "Tell me, young man, where are these people now?" Alian froze. He looked back down the long, empty dirt road. "Are they here to help you carry the weight?" The ferryman asked softly. "Are they here to wash your bleeding feet? Are they here to make sure you cross the river safely?" Alian slowly shook his head. Tears filled his eyes. "They are not coming," the ferryman said. "They gave you their heavy burdens because they did not want to carry them. They used your fear of disappointing them. They bought your life with a few cheap words of praise. You threw away your empty space. You threw away your sweet fruits and your shiny treasures. You gave up your own journey just to hold their garbage. And did it make them love you? No, it only made them comfortable while it slowly destroyed you." The words hit Alian like lightning. It was a shocking realization. He looked into his basket. The ferryman was exactly right. There was no true love in the basket. There was no friendship. There was only garbage, dirty stones, broken metal, dried clay. He had destroyed his beautiful basket and his own happiness for people who did not even remember his name. The river water was cold and rushed by with a loud, frightening sound. Alian looked at the water, then at his heavy basket, and then at the distant Valley of Peace. He realized that if he kept carrying the weight of the world on his back, he would never reach his destination. He would die on the shore, exhausted and completely alone. The choice was suddenly very simple. He had to choose between their garbage and his own life. A deep anger and a deep sorrow washed over him. But then, a strange feeling of peace followed. Alian took a deep breath. He untied the thick ropes from his painful shoulders. With a loud shout, he pushed the heavy basket off his back. It fell into the fast river with a huge splash. The water carried it away forever. Alian stood up straight for the first time in months. His back still hurt, but he felt lighter than air. He stepped into the small boat with nothing but himself. He was finally free. The lesson hidden inside this story is very clear. We all carry an invisible basket through our lives. This basket represents our daily time, our physical energy, and our emotional heart. Many of us suffer terribly from the burden of pleasing others. We say yes to every single request because we are secretly terrified of losing love or causing disappointment. We allow other people to put their heavy stones, their personal problems, and their own responsibilities directly into our basket. In our everyday life. This means doing difficult tasks that belong to someone else, agreeing to go places you actually hate, or staying completely quiet when someone treats you poorly. You do these things because you genuinely think you are being a kind person. But true kindness does not mean completely destroying yourself just to make someone else comfortable. When you try to please everyone around you, you quickly fill your entire life with their heavy demands. By doing this, you leave absolutely no space for your own personal joy, your own life goals, or your own mental peace.